So you can see the bothy hut just behind me there. I camped about, I don't know, 600 meters before that, and I knew it was there and I could actually see it as I was coming up. But there'd been quite a lot of cars in the car park and it looked pretty abandoned. And so I decided that I didn't want to really spend the night with a whole bunch of other people boisterousing around on a Friday night in a bothy. So I packed up, set up my tent and it wasn't that great a night, to be honest. Everything feels sticky and damp because it's so sweaty. I've had 3 or 4 days of really quite warm weather, and so it didn't feel great from that perspective. And then I got not too bad with the that's where I'm heading, up into the corrie up there, because they're predicting rain for today and it looks like it's going to rain today, and I have had a few spits already today. And I did hum and ha about what I was going to do, and I was thinking I might go back to Strathcarron and go to Strathcarron and then get the train to Fort William and call it a day. But this morning I sort of feel like I've got enough capacity again. I've got enough food to go for another day. I'm getting a bit tired and irritable, so I'm sort of aware of what I can do. So I'm not going to do behind Benny because the logistics of it have turned out to be quite difficult as well, and getting to Kinlochewe probably late. So I felt a little bit, annoyed and disheartened when I went into the bothy, because it's got 2 rooms downstairs, like a kitchen prep area, no sink, so it's actually quite nice and tidy and clean. A nice little stove and lounge area. And I had been counting the people coming out, and I still thought there might be somebody still in the bothy. So I didn't, and I thought, I just can't be asked with it. So, but never mind. I sort of wish I had. It would have made last night quite different. Last night was a little bit frustrating. It would have given me a better opportunity to maybe spread things out and dry them out, because I can't believe how filthy everything is. My sleeping pad is just covered in breakfast and dinner and lunch, well, maybe not lunch because I haven't eaten lunch in the tent. Toothpaste, chocolate, coffee, whiskey, I think, as well. It's just got everything on it. And the sleeping bag had chocolate and stuff on it before, and it's got more now. It's just, everything's filthy. Even the tent has got toothpaste marks on the side, where I stuck my head out one night because it was pissing down with rain and just spat the toothpaste out away from the tent. But of course, when I packed the tent up, I picked up all that toothpaste. So everything just dirty, and it's just, it all needs a wash. I have got one clean pair of underpants, and I can do my trick of at Kinlochewe sticking a wash on and just wearing my clean undies and my waterproof trousers and the fleece, and everything else can go in the wash. So cracking on. I can feel a little bit of drizzle coming behind me. Hopefully that holds off. But nice day, hopefully nice and quiet in the hills. So different glasses, so this is obviously a different part of the trip. The old glasses broke at the very end, luckily, as I was travelling out. And speaking of which, I haven't really talked about or stepping off the Cape Wrath Trail. So on the last day it was quite miserable, and I think that probably contributed to it as well. So I got up to the top of the Beerlac and I got signal there, so I got mobile phone signal, and I then had a look at the timetables for getting out of Kinlochewe because it was Saturday, and I knew that on Sunday there would be no service, and it turned out on Monday there was no service either. So it became, I just sort of realised that it wasn't going to work. If I either went on to Ullapool, which I could have done, but I was starting to have what I thought was coming up as a blister on my foot. I was just sort of thinking that it wasn't probably the best thing to do to walk 2 days in wet shoes you know, like that, and then face the problems with logistics of trying to get out. So from the Beerlac, I turned around and did a mad dash. So I turned around and that's what I did. I went back down, and so in reality, I covered the same distance as what I would have done if I'd gone on to Kinlochewe. So went down. Strathcarron Cafe was open, so I got a nice little sausage sandwich roll thing there, which was nice, and then got the train, which was 26 quid, which was expensive. And then got to Inverness and sort of had something to eat and sort of potted around a little bit, and then got on the bus and went to Fort William and picked up the car. So that's what I did, and I'm very happy. I enjoyed the Cape Wrath Trail. I think I'll come back and do the rest of it at some point. I was definitely in my head planned as far as Kinlochewe, and Ullapool was sort of a bit of a bonus, and I don't really think I'd thought that one through properly. So I think you definitely have to be in the right mindset for it. You have to be ready to undertake it. And I enjoyed it, and I feel happy that with the bit I've done. I don't feel bad for having stepped off it when I did. Although walking down the hill, I thought, well, maybe I should have just carried on and gone on to Ullapool, but to be honest, it was the right decision. I mean, to be honest, I am no spring chicken, and it was 8 days, and I think by the time I'd finished it, it was enough. So I had a rest day, and then yesterday, I wasn't sure what to do, so I thought I would drive to Skye, and I would walk in on the Kamansunana, that track, and camp on Skirner Street, and also walk around the Loch Curisk as well, which I've done. So I'm camped up on my second night of this little trip. So this is like a little mini trip, and it's enough for today. And I feel like I've had a tough couple of weeks, and I think they're catching up on me now. So I'm ready for my dinner and ready for a bit of a rest.